Other side, at 32 years old, Lane Kiffin is the youngest head coach in the NFL. This week, he spent a couple of days in a Napa hospital with a viral infection, but he's back tonight, and he is looking to go 2-0. And by all accounts, he is getting the respect that some people wondered if he would get it at that age, but so far so good. But it is the preseason, and what happens in the regular season will go a long way. Joe Nedney getting ready to kick off for the 49ers. Back deep to receive, Chris Carr, Johnny Lee Higgins. It is a little windy at Monster Park. Not a great surprise. And Nedney boots it into the end zone. And it's Chris Carr who takes it, and Raiders will take over on their first possession. And Andrew Walter comes out at quarterback, 6'6", 230, third year out of Arizona State. The Raiders' third-round pick in 2005, and really the most consistent of the three quarterbacks last week. Walter was 8 of 11 for 50 yards and a touchdown. Lamont Jordan will be making his first appearance of spring after a bad back. And on the first carry out to the 22-yard line. Dominic Rhodes takes it to the 22, taken down by Micah Lewis. And let's get tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Comcast. It is Comcastic. And there is the Raiders' offensive line. Jeremy Newberry giving it one more chance with Oakland, battling for the starting job at center with Jake Grove. And Jerry Porter just might be the happiest man on earth. Feud with last year with the coaching staff well documented. Porter looking to bounce back under Lane Kiffin. Pick up just over a yard, maybe 2, second down and 8. And it's Rhodes once again, and bottled up, gets to about the 24-yard line and taken down there. It'll be third down and 6. Comcast lineups once again on the defensive line for the 49ers. With B.Y. and Abreu Franklin out. In fact, none of the starting defensive linemen are in. Tully Bantikane, among the biggest defensive acquisitions, being counted on to put pressure on the quarterbacks. And Micah Lewis brings a real physical and experienced presence to the 49ers secondary. Quite possibly the most improved part of the defense. Third down, 6 yards to go. Passing situation, and Walter goes into the shotgun. Jerry Porter, the right, bad snap, gets away. Walter gonna have to lay on it, and he does at the 1-yard line. Taken down by Terrell Brown. So the Raiders, a big mistake early, and the 49ers capitalize. Oakland will have to punt the ball.
Well, the defense of the 49ers in their nickel look right there. That's Patrick Willis starting out in the nickel set defense, and obviously Terrell Brown excited about getting that sack there, an easy one, as that errant snap by the Raiders made it easy.
Williams standing at about his 50, and Leckler near the end line. Not Leckler quality, and Williams is going to let that ball bounce, and it'll stop about the 41-yard line, and the 49ers are going to have great field position, a punt of just 37 yards, but he was putting directly into the wind. So at quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers, dramatic progress in his second season, setting career highs in completions, attempts, yards, and touchdowns. Alex Smith's rating is 74.8, nearly doubles his rating from his rookie season. He became the first 49er quarterback to take every snap of the season. On Monday, he was 5 of 8 for 58 yards. So the Niners begin in good field position. Vernon Davis, the man in motion. They line up 3 receivers to the near side. Darrell Jackson, the man at the bottom of the screen, fake to Hicks. And it's taken by Davis. That's his first catch of the preseason. Nice move. First down yardage, breaks the tackle, gets down to the 27. So the objective was to get the ball to Vernon Davis, and the 49ers do on their first defensive play, a gain of 14 yards. First down, San Francisco.
You know, Dennis, we talked to Mike Nolan this week, and he said, you know, we called 2 or 3 pass patterns to Vernon Davis last week, but, you know, the defense showed up. We couldn't get him the ball. Here, the 49ers start out showing run to the left side, coming back right side to Vernon Davis, and you see what he can do with his ability once he gets the football. Nice job breaking tackles, getting down the field.
First down. Jackson and Battle lined up on the far side. Badgham with the man in motion, and they give it to Hicks. Hicks gets 1 or 2 yards. Brought down by Sam Williams. Comcastic 49er offensive line now. The Jonas Jennings, of course, but Quaim Harris, I think, once again, is in a battle to keep that job on the Raider O-line. Locked in a battle with rookie Joe Staley. Darrell Jackson looked strong in his opening preseason game last week. He will get more opportunities today. They gave him just a pickup of 1. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Moran Norris, the fullback, in the backfield. Michael Robinson now in at running back. Battles a man in motion. They fake the reverse to him, and Robinson met immediately at about the 26-yard line. As nice job by Michael Huff, the Raider safety, to get in there and make the play. Comcast Raider defense. And Derek Burgess, the Raiders' best pass rusher, making his preseason debut on the defensive front. Bishop O'Dowd product Kurt Morrison, a career-high 127 tackles at linebacker. And Nnamdi Asomugha out of Cal, coming off a breakout campaign in which he was rewarded his first Pro Bowl. Comcast lineups, it is Comcastic. 3rd down, 9 to go for the 49ers. Smith looking away towards Ballard. Pass is batted up in the air and incomplete. And the whistle hadn't blown, but the Raiders picked it up. But it's an incomplete pass, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, it looked like that was Derek Burgess again, who got in on the rush, got his hands up. You know, he had like 27 sacks over the last 2 seasons for Burgess, so he does a nice job. You see him coming, working over here on Quaim Harris, gets inside of him, gets a hand on the football as Alex Smith tries to release there. And putting the pressure and bringing up 4th down, obviously, for the 49ers.
So Joe Nedney will attempt a field goal. Nedney in his 11th year, the local kid out of San Jose State, from 43 yards out. And in that case, the wind is with him. I don't think it would have been a problem for Joe Nedney in any case. Nedney gets the 49ers on the board. They lead 3-0 in the Battle of the Bay.
Last year when they got the Chicago Bears center, Krutz, for going like this on his things, and he snaps the ball and he's moving, that's exactly what their guy's doing.
Mike Nolan will have a mic'd all game, and we were talking about that in the meeting too. You know, we're a little worried about what he might say on camera. So far, so good for Mike Nolan. The 49ers lead the Raiders 3-0. Glad you could join us. Somewhat windy day at Monster Park, but the 49ers take the lead on a Nedney field goal. The drive, 5 plays, 15 yards in 2 minutes and 14 seconds. And it's down in the end zone, down by Chris Carr. And the Raiders will have the ball at the 20-yard line. We'll take a timeout, be back after this. Yeah, legendary performance courtesy of Ford Mustang. The Mustang Shelby GT edition for a limited time at your Ford dealer. Raiders incomplete, and Walter so far having a difficult time. Spencer on the coverage, starting at cornerback for the 49ers as Walt Harris held out. Walt Harris could have played today, Mike Nolan said, had the situation called for it, had it been regular season. But, you know, the Niners are so deep in the defensive backfield, the luxury that they have not had the last couple of years. But Ashante Spencer will see a lot of action in the nickelback starting tonight. 2nd down, 10. And it's Dominic Rhodes. Rhodes gets across the 20 to about the 22-yard line, and he's tackled by Derek Smith.
Well, you know, Dennis, the 49ers, again, like we talked about it, wanted to come in and really establish in the run game that they were making some improvements. You see Derek Smith doing a nice job of hitting up inside there. And as you mentioned, in the secondary, you know, for the 49ers now, they have 2 Pro Bowl quarters out at the corners. Walt Harris when he gets back, and obviously Clement. So they've definitely upgraded that position.
Jerry Porter up the top of your screen on 3rd down and 7. That's Ronald Curry, the man in motion. Walter to pass. 49ers come on the blitz. Walter throws it up there, and it's a drop. So He was wide open, Travis Taylor, but it just came right out of his hands. Taylor in his 8th year out of Florida. In fact, he was signed as a free agent for Minnesota after leading the Vikings in receiving with 57 yards.
Yeah,
or 57 receptions. Excuse me, Keenan.
Oh, no problem. Mark Roman there, free safety, who was on his way back, slips and getting back there. And obviously, Taylor had one right in his hand that he let get away.
Uh-oh. So the Niners are going to get great field position once again. That time the ball sailed back on Williams, but a nice cutback gets near the 40-yard line, down at about the 39. So with 9:51 left to go in the first quarter on a punt of 46 yards, 3-0 49ers. Line, first down and 10. Darrell Jackson, the man at the bottom of your screen, and Smith is looking that way. He's got time and he throws, and it is caught by Jackson at the 45-yard line of the Raiders.
A nice looking out pattern that time. Alex Smith, a nice easy drop back. You see Jackson working off the line, takes it in a little bit, breaks back outside underneath the coverage. Nice reception. Good job staying in bounds.
Pick up a 16 yards, the ball at the 45-yard line. Jackson in his 7th year out of Florida. Career high 10 receiving touchdowns in 2006. More of a possession guy, huh, Keenan? I mean, they're looking for either Lilly or maybe Taylor Jacobs to be their deep threat, but what a pro and what an experienced receiver for Smith to have. First down and 10. Smith, good protection. He's got man-to-man coverage. Asamoah was over there, intended over there for Jackson, but the wind is a factor, and the ball just took off on Smith.
Yeah, and you know, some are still a little surprised that Seattle would make the trade with the 49ers with Jackson. Obviously in the conference, they're in the division there, and so that's a guy that they're going to see a couple times during the season. So for the 49ers, obviously beneficial move for them to get Jackson in the lineup.
You know, I mentioned he's a possession guy, Keenan, but he still averaged 15.2 yards per catch last season. Second down and 10. Taylor Jacobs now on the top. Badgem of the tight end, and Hicks and the 49ers finally go to the ground. Hicks gets inside the 40 to about the 38-yard line. Fabian Washington makes the stop for the Raiders. The Raiders' big weakness, Keenan, coming into this season. I mean, the defense overall had a fine campaign last year, but they have got to find a way to better their run defense.
Well,
yardage allowed, excuse me, was 25th in yards against the run in the NFL.
Yeah, they ended up with the number 3 total defense. We're number 1 in pass defense last year, and so obviously for the Raiders want to show up the front, and one of the same challenges that the 49er defensive line has.
Third down and 3, and now there's a timeout, and it's called by the 40. Third down and 3 for the 49ers. That was Burgess who almost jumped, got back. Smith again, good protection, and he throws. Good coverage over there, but they're going to call Asamoah on the pass interference. So it was intended over there for Taylor Jacobs, who the Niners tried to go for him for the first time.
First down.
Hey, Dennis, did you hear Darrell Jackson? Yak yard, yards after the catch. So it's yak, a little yak. You see right here, he's all over him from the very beginning there. That was an easy one for the refs to call. I didn't think it was that close.
Asamoah, Pro Bowler last year, after coming off that breakout season with 8 interceptions, that time gets called for the flag. So the Niners at the 32-yard line, 31, have first down and 10. And Michael Robinson. Not much right now in the Niner running game. Robinson got near the 30, maybe a yard. It'll be second down and 9. Tony Kelly makes the stop for the Raiders.
Yeah, this Raider defense, again, you look at last season, what they were able to establish with the way that their offense played. They didn't really get a lot of help, and so did a lot of good things on defense. And obviously the run defense is a part of what they want to establish. But this man here, 27 sacks in the last 2 seasons, 2 Pro Bowls. That's a lot of productivity out of one position.
And a steal at that via free agency a couple of years ago. Smith this time under pressure. Look out. The Raiders came in on the blitz and take Smith down at the 40-yard line. Looked like Kirk Morrison got in there, the local kid, and he got a little bit of help, but Morrison, the man who really got back there.
Well, true test for the 49ers up front, going against one of the better defensive line. You see Warren Sapp working the middle also in there. Sapp, Sands, and Morrison coming up that middle.
And he comes in unblocked. Morrison, third year out of San Diego State. Oakland native, attended Bishop O'Dowd. Local kid does good. He broke the 100 tackle plateau in just his second season. So his third down, now 17 for the 49ers. Ball inside the 40 at about the 39. Smith on the screen. Hicks broke one tackle, and he broke a few more, got near the 30. They're going to mark him out at about the 32-yard line. Well short of the first down. Warren Sapp, the man who finally took him down.
Sapp made the tackle, but Morrison again working out of that middle linebacker spot, having a feel for the screen. You see Alex Smith setting up a little deeper. There's Morrison coming through. Hicks doing a nice job of breaking those tackles, but well short of the first down.
So now the 49ers are going to attempt another Joe Nedney field goal. Nedney has placed the ball down at about the 40-yard line. It'll be attempt to 50. I'd say Joe Nedney's probably ready for the regular season. What do you think, Keenan?
Yeah, he's doing a nice job. His second week in a row for him, and the 49er offense staying productive.
Say, okay, you got to compete against Joe Nedney. You got to do something really spectacular to unseat him.
Yeah, you're hoping for a pulled muscle or something.
Yeah, and look at his kicks. And I should say that he's got the wind at his back, so Chris Carr hasn't had an opportunity yet to return one for the Raiders, who have had all three possessions beginning at the 20-yard line. And Walter remains in the game. The 49ers are going to play their starters about a quarter and a half. The second string will play to the end of the third quarter, and the third string will play the fourth quarter. The Raider quarterbacks, all three, will get equal opportunity tonight. Walter getting the start. Culpepper will be second. Josh McCown third. Walter, good time. He throws, and it's complete at the 25-yard line. Shante Spencer makes the tackle.
Well, Shante Spencer, who started last year for the 49ers, did a nice job, and Mike Nolan still likes him a lot. You see him here out on this right flat, gets his shove on the receiver, comes back out. He's responsible for that flat area. Does a nice job of getting Miller on the ground.
And Zach Miller, the second-round pick, trying to get the Raiders a first down. They have not had one yet. 2 3-and-outs. There's a fake to get to the 30 and near first down yardage. That ball taken there by Ronald Curry and taken down by Michael Lewis. So Ronald Curry gets the first down for the Raiders. And Curry, a great story. I mean, his 6th year out of North Carolina, finally able to stay healthy. Was a basketball player for the Tar Heels. 62 receptions, 727 yards, and a touchdown. He was the Raiders' leading receiver, but the key to him, just got to try and stay healthy. And last year, he finally did. Curry and Porter on the bottom of your screen on first down for the Raiders. Play action. Walter, all the time in the world, and throws to Dominic Rhodes, who breaks one tackle. Was Brandon Moore, and then got to about the 37-yard line. Brandon Moore had a tough time last week and a couple of missed tackles, and he misses Dominic Rhodes. Michael Lewis took him down.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that Mike Nolan wants to see his defense really take care of in a hurry. And obviously technique and tackling ability is something that always, needs to be there for the defense. It wasn't as sharp last week, and obviously for the 49ers want to see it tighten up this week.
Dominic Rhodes will not play the first 4 games, suspended for violating the league's substance abuse policy. It actually happened when he was with Indianapolis, but question is, did Indianapolis know about it? Rhodes forced out of bounds after a pickup about 1 yard. Mark Roman's the man who took him down, but Dominic Rhodes in his 7th year out of Midwestern State. Spent his first 6 years with Indianapolis, including the Super Bowl title team.
Yeah, leading rusher in the Super Bowl last year against the Bears.
We're expecting to see Lamont Jordan play a little bit tonight, but you got to baby Lamont Jordan, knowing that you're not going to have Rhodes for the first 4 games. He has 4 carries, 11 yards, and not much that time. Manny Lawson took him down. There's a flag. And it's holding against the Raiders.
Holding, offense, number 45. This penalty is declined. 2nd down.
Well, Dennis, Manny Lawson, the 49ers' #1 draft choice last year. You'll see him work and then come inside here, do a nice job. And, you know, Mike Nolan says that Manny Lawson's going to make a lot of plays like this where his athletic ability is the difference. He's the kind of guy that can range all over the field. He's long, angular, got the long arms, comes up with interceptions and plays just like that one with his feet.
2nd down, 14. They line up 2 receivers, Jerry Porter, Ronald Curry to the right side. Walter again, good time, and he throws incomplete. Threw it behind the intended receiver, Ronald Curry, at about midfield. Covered there by Patrick Willis, the 49ers rookie linebacker. Well, when we were in the meeting, it was interesting that he didn't mention Manny Lawson when we said, hey, is Manny Lawson one of your top pass rushers? He wasn't mentioned in that category, but he said he's a very disruptive force.
Yeah, he really is, and it's his athletic ability. You know, in today's defensive end, outside linebacker has to really be a big, massive guy that's rangy, and Manny more the athletic guy that moves around well, getting into his zones and moving with his ability.
3rd down, 16 yards to go, and it's intercepted by Roman. He's got the ball at the 40 and goes out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Walter, who was very consistent, 8 of 11, didn't really make any mistakes last week, makes a big one here.
Well, you see Ron will sit down in the zone. He'll sit down in the zone. He's watching the quarterback, goes up in the air for the football, and obviously doing a nice job of playing the zone and reading the quarterback's throw.
The Roman, who signed with the 49ers in the first week of camp in 2006, you know, he gained the starting safety spot in October and never gave it up. Ended up starting 11 games, 62 tackles, an interception, and a sack. The former #2 round pick by Cincinnati in 2000. Once again, great field position for Alex Smith and company. Ball marked at the 31-yard line. The fake to Hicks. Smith now running out of time and rolls out. It's got room inside the 30. Goes out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Sam Williams, the man who intimidated him out of bounds, he picks up 5.
Now, Dennis, the 49ers have brought in Joe Staley, and they said Mike Nolan talked about this before the game. They brought in Joe Staley, wanted to get him some time in with this first unit.
Holding, defense, number 23. This 5-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. 1st down.
So Alex Smith's awareness on this play. You see the offensive line doing a nice job initially. Here's the holding down the field. And, oh, yeah, when you pull a guy's jersey off, that's for sure going to show up. Chris Carr said, wait a minute now. Don't go without me. I got to go with you.
Well, the ball is just inside the 20-yard line. 49ers leading 6-0 and threatening to tack on a little more. Smith is going to play about a quarter and a half. Jackson's the man on the right side. Smith looked there, now goes the other way. Throws, touchdown, 49ers. Delaney Walker, the tight end. And he beat Michael Huff to safety. What a job by Smith, who looked to the right side, then looked left and hit the tight end for a 19-yard score.
Well, Alex Smith does a nice job of selling this. He's patient in the pocket. So watch him here, Dennis. Looking to his right, comes back left right away. He knows exactly where he's going on that backside. Delaney Walker, another one of those talented guys that the 49ers have at tight end.
And the extra point is good.
Alex Smith continues to show that improvement, that maturity, that calmness. It's the little things that start to show up as you gain experience, Dennis, and that look off to the right, selling it to the defense. coming backside, giving Delaney Walker time to get down the field, making sure he's one-on-one with the defender and throwing the football where it needs to be.
In that pregame show, we were talking about Alex Smith and you know how scared he looked in that first game a couple of years ago. Here is Smith talking about a little 49er swagger.
You know, this is year 2 of the offense and the language. So the nice thing is we are more comfortable, so you can afford to have a little more swagger.
With Chris Carr, but so far, and again, the wind has been at his back, but Nedney's not giving the Raiders an opportunity. And this time, Chris Carr is going to get a shot. Carr takes it at the 1-yard line, across the 20, taken down by Jeff Ulbrich at the 22-yard line, and that's where the Raiders will have the ball. So Raiders haven't had particularly good field position to start, but they've been their worst enemy. And Andrew Walter with that interception, and the 49ers turned it into 7. That's where we stand, 13-0, with 3:28 left to go in the first quarter in the Battle of the Bay between the 49ers and the Raiders, who are looking to go 2-0 after their opening win. Still have not heard from Jerry Porter, who is at the bottom of your screen, but he have not gone his way, and that may have been movement. Jake Grove at center.
False start. Offense, number 64. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Now, Jake Grove is in a battle to try and keep his job in his 4th year out of Virginia Tech. You know, he's battling Jeremy Newberry.
Well, and I wonder if Mike...
The line as a whole is going to be much better under new O-line coach Tom Cable. That Gallery is no longer playing tackle. Of course, the former #1 pick by the Raiders. He is been moved at guard, left guard. The ball is fumbled in the backfield with Lamont Jordan. It was his first carry, and he got back up on top of it, but Derek Smith jumped on top of him. But Lamont Jordan now in the game for the Raiders. Jordan has been bothered by a bad back.
Just doesn't look like he ever puts it, doesn't ever really have it. You know, Walter put it in the right spot, and obviously Jordan looked at where he's going and really not watching that ball that time.
Now, Kiffin's got to be somewhat disappointed because the Raiders really are not a great deal of mistakes last week in their opener, but just mistake-filled tonight. Walker throws, and it's complete. Curry beats one man, and not the second man. Brown. Hudson is the man who first missed the tackle, and then Nate Clements came up to make the stop.
Yeah, Rowan came up and missed him. Curry came back inside. Nice little move back inside. Clements, there's the Clements working to get off the block of Taylor and make the tackle.
Third down and 12. Taylor, Curry, and Porter, the receivers. Jake Grove at center. Walter, the quarterback. Lamont Jordan remains in the game at running back. Walter, good time, dumps it off to Jordan. Jordan gets to the 30, to the 35, and pushed out about the 39-yard line, and that'll be good for a first down. So nice execution by the Raiders quarterback on third to get the first.
Well, the offensive line of the Raiders bought Walter enough time to look around, and not find anything, and have enough time to come back to Jordan, who really stepped up to block and just kind of slid back out on the backside. Didn't look like it was really set up for a play. Jordan just feeling as though he didn't have any to block, and looked back for the football and got the gift.
19-yard gain, puts the ball at the 40-yard line. First down for the Raiders. And it's Jordan again. Nice hold. And he busted through it, and then hit hard. Brought down by Michael Lewis, and that's one of those hits 49ers fans are going to love to see this season, as it appeared Jordan was going to have a lot more daylight, but it was closed quickly on the hit by Lewis.
Well, Michael Lewis, that's what he brings to the party. He's been known as an aggressive, hard-hitting, strong safety his whole career. Here, Jordan pops through, and that's where you want your safety to be.
He picked up 6 yards, second down and 4. Ball at the 46-yard line. Raiders trying to get on the board. Jordan again, and missed tackle by Sopaga, and break tackle, more missed tackles inside the 45. First down, and there's a flag.
Holding, offense, number 64. 10-yard penalty, repeat, second down.
This is not a great game for the Raiders center, Jake Grove. That's the second penalty on the drive for Grove.
Okay, so here's Grove working out of that middle right here. And again, the 49ers doing a nice job of pressing. You see the hand right there by Grove just holding and tearing at Sopingwaga to keep him from getting to the football.
That'll bring up 2nd down and 14. Clock running under or approaching 40 seconds left to go. 49ers leading the Raiders 13-0. And it's over the middle, complete to Curry, inside the 50 to the 46-yard line. Lewis on the coverage along with Patrick Willis. So one thing the 49ers are not doing, they're not doing a real good job of getting to Andrew Walter, as he's having all day to find an open receiver and has done a pretty good job. It'll give a 1st down to the Raiders as we approach the end of the 1st quarter here at Monster Park, and a good one it was for the 49ers. Pickup of 28 yards gives the Raiders the 1st down. As they're looking to get on the board, the 49ers lead the Raiders 13-0. That marks the end of the 1st quarter.
From another talented player, Ray Lewis. Coincidentally, the two share the same number. That is number 52, Patrick and Willis. Back up to you, Dennis.
Thanks, Kim. Walter going deep, incomplete. Spencer on the coverage of Jerry Porter. Porter yet to make a reception. Walter slightly overthrown, but change of field now that the wind is at Walter's back and slightly overthrown. But Patrick Willis, we were in the meeting the other day with Coach Nolan, and the one thing I love to hear Nolan say, that Willis has the instincts you can't teach. He's got the path to the ball, and if you're a defender, he's gotten around you before you even know it. Keenan speaking from a linebacker of Pro Bowl experience like yourself. That guy's headed there. Jordan gets to the outside to the 40 to the 37-yard line. Roman makes the stop, but a good pickup for the Raiders. Very close to a 1st down, just shy. Yeah,
Jordan doing a nice job of getting the corner that time, and has been productive with his carries so far. And you're absolutely right. And those words of wisdom that Coach Nolan were giving to Patrick Willis on that last 3rd down there is something that's always tough for back, because you see a lot of stuff up in front of you. You want to come up, and the throw's looking to go behind you, and that's one he'll have to work through.
3rd down and 1. And it's Jordan. And tried to get to the outside. Very close. Derek Smith in there. Made the stop along with Banty-Kane. It's close. We should mention that the entire 49er starting defensive line is not playing. Abreu Franklin out with a knee injury. Bryant Young with a back injury. Marcus Douglas' wife is in labor.
Well, the most important thing on these short yarded plays is to get penetration up front. That time the Raiders on that left side of the line did a nice job initially of knocking the 49ers off the ball. The reaction, though, of getting off the block is what you got to have. And the Raiders pick up the 1st down. So that left side line, you see the takeoff, and there Jordan does the job of then extending out to get the 1st down.
So the ball at the 36-yard line. Walter throws incomplete, intended for Curry out there, looking for Lewis.
Well, Manny Lawson staying backside where he needs to be, getting the quarterback, getting the rush, so he'll come up the field and stay outside to hold, contain. And you see the speed of Lawson able to catch back up to Walter to force the throw.
And it's Jordan again. And Jordan, this time Banty-Kane wrapped him up almost at the line of scrimmage. Jordan falls forward inside the 35 to about the 34-yard line.
So it was important for the 49ers to get some guys on the defensive front that were used to playing in the 3-4. Banty-Kane comes in with that experience. Franklin, who's not in the game tonight at nose, are very used to holding the point. Remember, the 3-4 defense is designed for the 3 guys up front to hold the point, take double teams, and your linebackers run around and make plays.
They're down 6. Walters had good protection, does again, and it's complete. This is Taylor taken by the rookie, Terrell Brown, but he gets the first down at the 25-yard line. They've seen Taylor on receptions a couple of times tonight. He was signed as a free agent out of Minnesota in his 8th year, but watch the rookie, Terrell Brown. The 49ers like the guy who makes this tackle.
Yeah, you see the blocking on Banta Kane, nice little double team. You see the tackles got him, Sims has got him, and then the guard, little bump in there, which allows Walter now to find Taylor crossing the field to pick up that first down.
Banta Kane last week beat double coverage to nearly get a sack. Jordan finds a hole, cuts back, and gets inside the 20. Finally brought down there by Jeff Ulbrich, but Jordan doing a much better job, at least running the football, than did Dominic Rhodes. And of course, Rhodes will miss the first 4 games with that substance abuse policy, but Jordan looking great tonight.
Well, Jordan's got that ability to cut back. See how he feels that hole up inside. Cut back, feels it, gets in it quickly. Got the good feet there that obviously help. Every time. Only played in 6 games last year for the Raiders with the injuries, and obviously they want to have him on the field all season long.
A couple of years ago, Keena had that big year, 1,025 yards. Jordan again, defender slips, and Jordan takes advantage, gets inside the 15. It was Hudson who came up, tried to cut inside and lost his footing, and Jordan took advantage.
Well, right here, you got Patrick Willis working inside. You see him feeling his way to the football. Goodly eyes there. You got to get off that block, and obviously, you got to have that experience in there. What they say about Willis in training camp and the preseason so far is really has a nose for the football, got nice speed, always ends up around the football. Got to get used to where his blocking angles, where the blockers are, taking them on and running around them when you have to.
Taylor, Curry, and Porter, the receivers for the Raiders. And in the middle, off the fingertips of Taylor. 49ers had Donald Strickland in the game on coverage. San Francisco Kid was there with Michael Lewis, the safety, and it falls incomplete.
Well, Keith Lewis was in the middle there, was working his way over. Walter had to throw this football up in the air, so he's looking all the way where he wants to throw this football. You see Keith Lewis coming across from the middle, working to his left side. He's got a shot at it. Throws just a little wide.
And that time it's complete. Miller, tight end, tackled immediately by Hudson.
Well, what coaches like to see, obviously, in the preseason, too, is a look and working in all the situations here for the 49er defense in the red zone now. And obviously, Walter wanting to throw down here as well as run. This is all good work.
Third down and 5. And it's complete. Taylor has it, and he's very close to the first down. It's going to depend on where they mark the ball.
Walter feels like it's a first down.
Terrell Brown in there to make the stop. 49ers rookie cornerback. And, boy, that's right on the money.
So here's Taylor right here. Just going down far enough to field where that first down marker is. You see him on the way down. He looks over, see where that marker is, to see if he got it.
Very impressive drive by the Raiders, and I think if you're Kiffin, you're looking now at the 17th play of this drive and another first down. I mean, after the Raiders started offensively, you wanted something positive for Andrew Walter before he had to leave this game. We still have to see from Culpepper. We still have to see from Josh McCown, but a very impressive drive by the young Raider quarterback who is right there in the mix of who's going to start.
Yeah, and a lot of it on the legs of Lamont Jordan on this drive, and obviously change of field direction. And so for Walter, gaining the win and throwing the football a lot better.
Mike Williams, the former USC receiver who was a bust in Detroit, now in the game, as Jordan on the ground again, cuts back and fights his way in for a touchdown. Keith Lewis hit him initially at the line of scrimmage, but he was able to bull his way into the end zone to put the Raiders on the board.
Oh, a nice, tough run by Jordan. He's done all the legwork in this drive, and obviously the cut back inside, you see him dip that shoulder, and really the second effort after that is what got him in the end zone.
Boy, that was mostly Lamont Jordan, huh? You said that.
It's all Lamont Jordan.
Yeah. So the Raiders are on the board at 13-7.
To this offense, we saw him line up with the first unit the last possession. He'll be in on this possession to get some runs with that first group to really see how he's going to do.
This is Gilmore with the football, trying to stretch it, and does. Gets to the 20, finds a lane, and gets to the 32-yard line before he's brought down by Sam Williams. So 9:26 left to go in the half. 13-7, 49ers.
Dear NFL, thank you for bringing Michael Strahan to my house and school. My class was really
drive to get the Raiders on the board.
He's had a sore back, so Dominic Rhodes, who will be suspended for the first 4 games, played the majority of the first game, and then here in the second game he was the starter, but Jordan's back looks okay tonight. Niners have the ball at the 32-yard line. This could be Smith's last drive, as that pass is dropped by Taylor Jacobs. Had it in his arms. Chris Carr on the coverage at the 42-yard line. Now, Taylor Jacobs is the guy that the 49ers are so high on. He has looked so good in camp. They believe he's a deep threat. If you're keeping 5, he may be one of them.
And here's Joe Staley working up top. See, gets his man to rush outside and just push him up the field.
Moran Norris comes back into the backfield. Maurice Hicks is the tailback, and it's Hicks. And Hicks, not much. He had a brief hole, and it was closed up immediately by a host of Raiders. Huff was there. Fabian Washington was there. Schweigert was there, but so was the flag.
Illegal formation, offense, number 44 was not lined up on the line of scrimmage. This penalty has been declined.
No, Moran Norris, the receiver at the top of your screen. Gilmore also on that side. Battle receiver to the near side, and it's Vernon Davis in motion. Smith can run out of the pocket. By a little bit of time, now throws, and it's incomplete. Threw it out of bounds. Fabian Washington over there on the coverage. Jacobs was the receiver, and Washington went down hard, and he is down on the Raiders sideline.
Well, Dennis, let's look at a little bit more of Joe Staley. He's getting some extended look in here with the first group going out of the 2-point stance here, getting ready for the far defensive end rushing. You see him stand in front of him, trying to bend him down on the ground. A little holding there, but you could do that on the offensive line.
As long as you get away with it. Well,
I'll tell you, Joe Staley, man, heck of an athlete. Runs a 4.7 40, bench press 225, 28 times. I mean, he's a heck of an athlete at that position.
Johnny Lee Higgins waiting for the punt, and it's down by Michael Robinson at about the 29-yard line. 8:37 left. Last week, he was 5 of 12, 78 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but he did have that 50-yard completion.
Dennis Dante obviously been in the league and established. Has had some.
This quarterback now, he's a pocket guy, right? Got a bad knee, so he should be in the pocket. Let's get good pressure on him. Come on.
Yeah, that's Mike Nolan, courtesy of Jack in the Box. Mike Nolan on the mic, and he's concerned about that man, Culpepper. And, there's some question about his mobility, and he fumbles the first snap, and that's the problem he had last week. Second game in a row. Newberry is at center now for the Raiders, but the Raiders centers have had a lot of trouble today. Jake Grove with penalties. Newberry with the handle for Culpepper. We saw the same thing last week.
Yeah, and a lot of time quarterbacks can pull out of there early And now, you got to wait on the football, though that time it looked like Culpepper stayed under center and just didn't get the ball up cleanly.
Third fumble by the Raiders. They've recovered all three. Second down. Jordan once again finds the hole. A lot of running room. The 40, midfield, 45, inside 49er territory to the 39-yard line. Keith Lewis makes the stop along with Goldson.
Well, Lamont Jordan is really feeling in form and looking in form here tonight. You see the cutback again as it starts left, and he feels the opening to the backside, gets through the back door, and it's a foot race.
Look at Culpepper looking down there to throw a block on somebody. It's a gain of 32 yards in the Niner territory. Jordan has 8 carries, 67 yards, and a touchdown. And Farkas this time ripped from behind. Nice job defensively by the 49ers. It looked like Lawson, or excuse me, it was Paris Harrelson who made the stop for the 49ers.
Yeah, and it looked like Harrelson was too far upfield, but did a nice job of reaching over the blocking and grabbing Farkas on the way in. So you see Paris up the field and around the block and comes back inside to get Farkas on the ground.
Justin Farkas in his 5th year out of USC. Paris Harrelson is still a guy the 49ers. They think if he can stay healthy, Mike Nolan, he talked about him being a pass rusher supreme right behind Tully Bantacane. Big push up front by the 49ers, and it's complete. Farkas hit immediately. Oh, he took a hard hit. And that's Deshaun Goldson, the 49ers young player who came in and laid the lick on him. And Goldson is another guy who just had a great camp, a 4th-round pick out of Washington.
Well, Goldson sprints out to the pattern out in the flat and just comes up and runs through the target. Oh, yeah. You love that leather like that, Dennis? And leather pop.
Oh, I want to hear that again. 3rd down and 8 now for the Raiders. Farkas remains in the backfield. Culpepper throws, and it's complete. And then Strickland made the immediate hit. Nice job by him, but Doug Gabriel is very close to a Raider 1st down.
And Culpepper giving the sign, feeling as though it's a 1st down. I think it's a little short. Gabriel doing the job of trying to extend out to pick up that 1st down, and obviously the penalty on the 49ers jumping up front.
Gabriel in his 5th year out of Central Florida. Remember, Keenan, he was traded to the Patriots by the Raiders late last season when everybody thought Randy Moss was going to be the guy to go. And it wasn't. It was Gabriel, but then he was cut by New England and re-signed by the Raiders. And of course,
have 60 seconds to make a decision. Then the screen goes to blank and the NFL shield pops up. And if it breaks down, the old system is right over there in the dugout. And if that fails, then they go with the play that they called the ruling that was on the field. We'll send it back up to you, Dennis and Keena.
Thanks, Kim. Just in time for the 1st down. Matt's in the reception. Keith Lewis on the coverage. And there's the flag.
Offside. Defense number 91 in the neutral zone at the snap. This penalty is declined. Result of the play, 1st down.
Well, the 49ers been anxious on defense the last few snaps here. That time McDonald gets out early. See him down at the bottom of the screen there.
McDonald's going to get a lot of action tonight. I mentioned all 3 49ers starting defensive linemen out. And so McDonald is the rookie 3rd-round pick out of Florida. Got out to a great start at camp. He leveled off a little bit, but the 49ers are hoping that he pushes the competition at right end. Farkas this time gets some running room. Keith Lewis did a nice job to get up there and grab his ankles before he was forced out of bounds, close to a 1st down.
The Farkas running style. He does a good job of running inside, but he can hit the corners as he does this time as the 49ers get caught bunched up on the corner. Farkas bounces it outside. Keith Lewis with the tackle.
Farkas 659 yards, 1 touchdown, averaged 3.7 yards a carry. He's the leading rusher, and the Raiders know they got to do a lot better than that. Vargas again, this time hit immediately at the line. Sam Rayburn of the 49ers makes the stop. Rayburn, in his 4th year out of Tulsa, Niners signed him as a free agent after he was let go by Philadelphia.
Rayburn working inside. Nice job of slipping the tackle, getting off the block. Slip inside.
Well, you saw a good job of Olbrich get in there and put the shoulder pad on that football. Third down and 1. And it's Vargas. And Vargas pulls his way ahead to the first down. Boy, he was pushing Deshaun Goldson straight towards the goal line, and the Raiders once again doing it on the ground.
Yeah, a lot of this work in the second quarter by the Raiders has been on the ground. We've had some substitution on both sides of the ball here through this second quarter, but the Raiders definitely have come alive running the football.
Well, Jeremy Newberry, the Raiders got to be liking him, the former 49ers center, doing an excellent job tonight for the Raiders. And it's got Crockett. He's always the short yardage guy for the Raiders, and it works again. Touchdown, Oakland.
Well, Crockett lined up a little play action. He just runs out into the flat. Culpepper's on him the whole way. No hesitation by Crockett that time, just right out to the flat. Culpepper throws him the football. He's wide open. It's a beeline to the end zone.
That guy takes a look and it keeps on ticking. 13th year out of Florida State, and he just keeps doing it. I mean, they don't give him the ball a lot. 39 carries, 163 yards, 4.2 average. But a few years ago, he was the guy at the Raider goal line. He had 21 touchdowns between 2001 and 2003, but only 3 in the last 3 years. So that's got to feel good to him. And it's got to feel pretty good for Culpepper, albeit it was mostly runs. But a drive of 9 plays, 70 yards, 5 minutes and 33 seconds. But it's a touchdown, Culpepper to Zach Crockett. Janikowski extra point. Culpepper.
Well, for Mike Nolan, I mean, you look, whatever group you have in, you're looking to be productive.
For the 49ers, Williams, and he's standing there. He's going to take it out. Williams with Robinson in front of him, uses that block and gets out near the 25-yard line, taken down there, turned over there. Now the 49ers receiving core, including Ashley Lilly, and Lilly was asked about getting a second chance with the 49ers.
With that running game, and then the math.
Stiff competition in his camp, and Lilly is going to have to step up and make something happen. Gilmore, the man in motion. Lilly, the man at the top of the screen, and it's Robinson, the ball carrier across the 35 to about the 37-yard line. Chris Carr makes the stop for the Raiders.
Well, Lilly and Gilmore and Michael Robinson get to work with this first unit as Alex Smith and that offensive line still up in the lineup right now. And this is the receiving core that we talked about to start the night off. Darrell Jackson, Lilly, Jason Hill, and obviously Taylor Jacobs, a guy that we don't have in that group, is doing a great job through training camp in the preseason for the 49ers.
Alex Smith remains in the game. Mike Nolan thought maybe a quarter and a half, but this is good 2-minute experience now with the clock approaching that point at halftime. Smith now flushed out, throws, and it's complete. Williams out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Nice job by Smith, Lilly makes his first reception for the 49ers, and a nice job by Smith to find time. Ashley Lilly, a gain of 19 yards.
Yeah, Alex Smith doing it with his feet this time. Sits in the pocket, doesn't like what he sees. You see Lilly working across the field. Smith now takes off to his right and obviously finds the lead down the field. Nice job holding on the football.
So we're at the 2-minute warning and a chance to Alex Smith to run the 2-minute offense. They have scored a couple of touchdowns and come back to take the lead over San Francisco. Smith remains at quarterback. Niners getting some experience in the 2-minute drill here. Robinson takes the football and picks up maybe a yard.
Well, Alex Smith and that offense getting a look in 2 minutes here. And again, we talked about being able to work through all of the situations in the preseason. It's really hard to always simulate what you're going to get in games in practice, and this is the best work you can get with the unit out there all together. Got the different wide receiver group and different running back group for Alex Smith, so they can get used to running behind that first offensive line to get a true look at what they can do with the first unit.
Lee and Gilmore, the receivers on the right side. The fake to Robinson, play action. Smith has time and he throws it. It's complete. And it's Lee again inside the 30. First down for the 49ers at the 27-yard line. So Ashley Lee becoming a factor. The clock moving, approaching the 1-minute mark. We got a flag. And it was late. 15-yard gain.
Yeah, here's Alex Smith. Now here's the protection up front. Nice job, and Alex bounces around in the pocket as he has to look for another receiver. Finally decides on Lee, who's up top, works back inside. There's the hole for Alex Smith to throw in.
Delay of game, offense, number 18, 5-yard penalty, still first down, 1st and 10.
So Lee jumped up after making the catch and getting tackled, and obviously did something with the football that got the penalty.
What's it called? The no fun league? I mean, that's pushing it a little bit, don't you think, Keena?
Well, it is. I mean, it's all right for a guy to be excited about playing the game and make something happen there.
Especially Lee, because he hasn't really gotten much opportunity to work with Alex Smith. I mean, he's been down, I mean, as far as 6 on the chart, so this is a big opportunity for him.
Yeah, and for him, he got hurt in a mini camp, and here's the end of the play, so we'll see what happens. But he got hurt in the mini camp, so then that put him behind and comes into training camp, and he just kind of flipped the ball, down the field. Now his helmet came off, so he didn't take his helmet off. Looked like his helmet got knocked off.
Well, it looked like he was frustrated because Sam Williams wasn't exactly in a hurry to get off it. In any case, the ball's at the 33-yard line. 1 minute and 2 seconds left in the half.
That's a bad call.
Smith throws, and it's complete. Vernon Davis, tight end, inside the 20 to about the 17-yard line. And that'll move the chains again. So with 56 seconds left, Eugene forces him out of bounds.
Well, we're getting an extended look at the maturity of Alex Smith in some different situations here. Now we're looking at him at 2 minutes. You see the quick fake, and Vernon Davis working down the field, and it's tough not to think of this guy as a wide receiver when you watch him move down the field. That's 250 pounds of tight end looking like a wide receiver and making it look easy.
Washington, Gilmore at the top of the screen, the lead to the near side. Vernon Davis in motion, Smith looking right at him, now gets off. And there's a flag in the backfield, and Smith throws out of bounds. They might get Smiley for that. The Hawthorne was chasing Smith out of the pocket.
Well,
Holding, offense, number 65, 10-yard penalty, repeat, first down.
and that is Justin Smiley that got called on that play. I tell you, for an offensive lineman, though, it really helps to have a guy like Alex Smith who can use his feet when he has to get out of trouble. Sometime, every now and then, you may lose your guy up front. Now, Mike Nolan won't like it when you do, but it helps if you've got a quarterback that can move his feet.
Well, Smith has made a couple plays because he's been able to move his feet tonight. On this drive, 3 of 3, 50 yards. For the game, 7-11, 105 yards and the touchdown. Williams in motion. Raiders come in on the blitz, and it was picked up nicely and was thrown a little bit behind Lee. It was Chris Johnson over there on the coverage. Lee couldn't quite haul it in.
Yeah, and Alex Smith knows that he missed him that time. The timing of the throw was there. He was looking to throw that
number
one
65,
out of the break.
10-yard penalty, repeat, first down.
Yeah.
Well, Justin Smiley is driving the 49ers in the opposite direction.
Back to back. Oh, that's not good. Justin Smiley knowing you got to look at who he's working against there, who's giving him that kind of problem.
Well, at this point, he's just about taking them out of field goal
There's
position.
Justin right there. Got a good position. Oh, man.
It's tough.
I don't know if I saw that one.
I don't think you've ever seen a penalty against the 49ers. Michael Robinson breaks a couple of tackles, breaks another one. Boy, Michael Robinson would not go down, finally does at the 35-yard line. Clock moving, under 30 seconds to go. Chris Johnson finally made the tackle, but Robinson turned a loss into a gain. Frampton, excuse me, makes the stop for the Raiders.
Well, we saw Michael Robinson do this again and again when he got opportunities. That's those second efforts after going from quarterback to running back. He's a tough inside runner.
This is the 30-second timeout.
49ers have called a 30-second timeout. There are 14 seconds left to go. Smith probably trying to get the 49ers in position to kick a field goal. Now he's going to run it. And he'll run out of bounds just inside the 30-yard line with 7 seconds left. Now, that was a big play because the Niners are out of timeout. So Smith risking a little bit, and Joe Nedney will come in.
Yeah, and let's look at the protection here. Here's Quaim Harris working. Really looking to see if you saw it or not.
Nedney in to attempt a 45-yard kick, and this time Nedney misses for the first time. Boy, everything that went right for the 49ers in the first.
Will be Oakland's ball, first down at the 36-yard line.
The Raiders are going to get a shot with time just about running out, but Nedney 2 for 2 in the first quarter, 43 and 50 yards. But
well, it really has been a half of two different quarters. Obviously, the 49ers dominating in the first quarter, and the Raiders really coming back on the ground and on the legs. And Lamont Jordan.
Well, if you're Lane Kiffin, really the tale of two quarters. Not very good in the first quarter and completely turned around in the second. There's another shock, another penalty. Game getting a little sloppy in the second quarter.
False start, offense, number 73. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Well, that's the one thing that Kiffin wanted to cut down. He was not happy about the 8 penalties, saying we've got to play a lot smarter than that, coming off the 27-23 victory over Arizona last Saturday night. And it was pretty sloppy first quarter, but the Raiders looked very impressive in the second. And it's Justin Fargas, and he picks up about 2 yards tackled, and that will be the end of the first half. So the 49ers jump out to a 13-0 lead. The Raiders respond with unanswered touchdowns, and that's where we stand. Oakland 14 and the 49ers 13 at halftime here at Monster Park. A fairly entertaining one if you're a Niner fan in the first quarter, and I guess a Raider fan in the second quarter. But Alex Smith does a pretty good job. 49ers had a lot of penalties at the end of that final drive.
Defensive line was a bright spot. It certainly was. They did a lot of good things, and not only in the run block, pass protection. They've just played extremely well these past 2 weeks, and hopefully they're only going to get better, and that's what this team needs.
And back deep is Gilmore, and he takes it at the 2. And Gilmore with a flag down. This is going to come back as he ran it out across the 25, but again, this will be coming back. So, bad field position.
Offense, number 61. This penalty will be assessed half the distance for the goal, first down.
So a tough job for the 49ers. You know, it was the Raiders who had the short end of the field position in the first quarter. The Niners were able to capitalize and get 2 field goals. But now San Francisco starts off the second half, and they are backed up inside their 10-yard line to the 8. Trent Dilfer, the veteran quarterback, 107 career starts, 14th year from Fresno State. Of course, 2000, quarterback the Baltimore Ravens when they won the Super Bowl. And they'll start on the ground, and R.Q. Whitlock, and the rookie free agent, gets it all the way out near the 19-yard line.
Offense, number 47. This penalty will be assessed half the distance to the goal. Repeat, first down.
Billy Bajama, third-year player from Oklahoma State, holding. So now Trent Dilfer will be working even closer to his goal line.
You know, and it's it seems that when, you're backed up close to your own goal line, you tend to make more mistakes, more holding, more procedural penalties.
Trent Dilfer, who has been such a good mentor for the young Alex Smith, taking him under his wing, so to speak, and really helped his maturation process. And nothing doing in the backfield there as Whitlock was wrapped up, and another flag is down.
Was that the third flag in a row?
Yep.
Penalties do kill you.
Offside, defense, number 97, lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty, repeat, first down.
So now the Niners will get +5, and that will put the football back at the 9-yard line. Rob Ryan, the Raiders defensive coordinator, encouraging his troops. First down and 10 as we're just underway here in the third quarter. Whitlock. And he is stopped. Short gain on the play. Hawthorne got most of the tackle there. So they're getting a look at the rookie free agent from Southern Illinois of the Salukis, Archie Whitlock. He's 5'9", 203.
There's some changes in that defensive line and the linebacker positions for the Raiders, obviously. Quentin Moses, Tyler Brayton.
Tyler Brayton is playing a new position. He's inside instead of playing on the outside end. That's got to be kind of a transition for him.
He's been moving around ever since he came to the Raiders, but he is gifted. Boy, what a nice job in the open field. As you talk about Quentin Moses, let's focus in on him. What a bright spot. Lane Kiffin really mentioned him as one of the highlights of training camp. You talk about, the third-round pick from Georgia, and watch this pursuit, guys.
He has the quickness and the size for a good defensive end. And like I said, he is one of Keith Millard's projects, guys. Millard is high on this guy. He's working personally with him. He had a lot to do with him being drafted. And the kid is living up to expectations. Well,
I'll tell you one thing we just saw. He can flat out run down the line of scrimmage. He is fast. Third down, 13. Dilfer from his own 15. Four-man rush. Dilfer. And Trent Dilfer showing the mobility late in his career, and he's got the San Francisco first down.
What allowed him to get the first down is that Quentin Moses made a rookie mistake. He went too far upfield. By going too far upfield, it created a hole for Dilfer to run in.
Dilfer's, he's a pretty good guy. He's having fun out there when he goes out and plays. He knows he's not going to be the starter, but he's certainly ready to fill in at any given time. And as you mentioned, he has been mentoring Alex Smith.
12-yard pickup to Trent Dilfer, and the 49ers on the first down, out across the 25 to the 27-yard line. Little play action. Dilfer, time. And it is complete. 49ers first down. Zach Kesey, the first-year player from Princeton, on the reception.
We talk about the game of inches. Football is a game of inches. Tyler Brayton was about a half inch from tackling Trent Dilfer. Trent Dilfer was able to get the ball off just in time. Brayton looked like he's getting comfortable with his inside position at tackle. And he's pretty quick, so he's going to give some guards some problems.
A 13-yard gain. First down at the 41-yard line of San Francisco. It's the second man through Whitlock. And he's wrapped up and tackled from behind by Robert Thomas. Robert Thomas, sixth year from UCLA. Gain on the play of 4 yards, and it will be a 2nd and 6 for the 49ers here in the third quarter with the Raiders on top by a point.
But George, you mentioned that, Dilfer just got that ball off last time by an inch or so, and he's a guy who's veteran 14 years, and he just can sense the rush and he steps out of the way and gives himself more time.
Got it second down for Dilfer. Whitlock cuts it inside, and he's a yard short of the first down. And again, on the stop was Thomas for the Raiders.
You look at this drive the 49ers are trying to put together here. It's becoming time-consuming also. The Raiders, they possess the clock. They maintain the possession of the clock the first half. The 49ers are trying to do this in the second half.
Ball just at midfield. 49ers 0-3 on third down conversions. Make that 0-4. Look at that penetration by the silver and black. Wow.
Talked about the first half, playing on the other side of the line, playing on the offensive side of the line. This is the defensive line of the Raiders. That's what they're doing. And when you look at this, this is what I'm talking about. The Raiders playing on defense on the offensive side of the line, and when you do that, that's what happens.
I want to tell you what a series that was for Robert Thomas. I mean, I'm telling you, wow. I mean, that was sensational.
Even a safety in the backfield.
Yeah, the B.J. Ward was back there as well. Here's Higgins, Johnny Lee Higgins. Penalty marker down, and Higgins brought down at the 18. Again, there is a penalty marker down.
That's a punt return. You don't want to run east and west. You want to run north and south. And I think Higgins made too many little jabs and trying to get outside instead of taking it right up the middle.
And here is Tom Correnti, or Tony Correnti.
Kicking team number 86. Openness throws the option of accepting a penalty at the end of the return. First down.
So they'll attack it on from where the ball is. And when we come back, the Raiders with the football, leading by a point here on the Raiders television network.
Well, absolutely.
There's no better friend. Al Davis is my best friend. I've always said if I ever need anything, had one phone call, be to Al Davis. He can't be denied. His dream today becomes a reality. Al Davis.
Yeah, Mr. Al Davis, and we'll talk more about the impact that he's had on the National Football League and the Raiders as Culpepper's pass caught, short gain on the play of 2 or 3 to Mike Williams. You know, you talk about Al Davis and John Madden. They were 2 of the very last people to see Bill Walsh. They saw him on Saturday night. He passed on Monday morning. Both very close to the great Bill Walsh.
Yeah, they certainly were. You know, Al was his mentor. John was a friend.
You talk about a mutual respect for one another that can't be denied.
Culpepper again. I mean, this is amazing how much trouble he's had taking the ball from center.
It's probably due to the fact that he's working with a new center and they haven't gotten the timing down yet. And when you look at it, it appears that the ball's right in Culpepper's hands. I mean, there's no excuse for him dropping it.
Plunk, you looked at that. What do you see?
Well, I just think he didn't follow the center up enough. By the time the ball was snapped, his hands were free floating, and it kind of splits him when he brings the ball up.
Do we, and really fans, take it for granted the exchange from center to quarterback? I mean, obviously it's how you get every play started as you look at Culpepper, and he's going to tuck it, and Culpepper. Look at the mobility, and he's got a first down. Dante Culpepper near midfield. But, you know, talk about the center exchange.
You know, a quarterback with his hands, he has to follow center, and he's got to know the play as well. And here's Culpepper dropping back right now. They're showing it right now, and he finds a hole, puts a great move on number 28, picks up the first down, and the drive continues. But, you know, you've got to follow that center. If the center's blocking left or right, you've got to follow him with your hands, so when that ball comes up, it also hits the back of the center's butt.
Justin Fargas, the running back, Taylor, Johnny Lee Higgins, Mike Williams, the receivers. Fargas puts it up the middle, and he's in the San Francisco territory down to the 49-yard line. Patrick Willis, the Butkus Award winner from a year ago, symbolizing the nation's most outstanding linebacker, got there first.
But I want to get back to Bill Walsh and what he's meant to football, you know, overall. You know, the West Coast offense, you know, 3 Super Bowl victories, 5 total after he left, 2 more after he left. You know,
from a year ago, symbolizing the nation's most outstanding linebacker, got there first.
But I want to get back to Bill Walsh and what he's meant to football, you know, overall. You know, the West Coast offense, you know, 3 Super Bowl victories, 5 total after he left, 2 more after he left. You know, he brought a new emphasis to the offensive game of football, and he's made a lot of friends along the way, and he's just a wonderful person. I've known him for many, many years.
Second down for the Raiders. Third quarter action, 7:15 left. Pump fake, and no flag, incomplete, intended for Williams. He thought he was interfered with.
Certainly looked like it, man. The guy pulled his arm away.
That was a well-thrown pass by Culpepper, also a little bit behind, but you can see he still has that velocity on the football, and you can see Williams here going down. It looked like he's running a little stop out like. And the ball, it looked like it was right there. It was a little pass interference. I don't like to go against defensive backs too much, but I think that was pass interference.
Whitted, Taylor, and Johnny Lee Higgins, the receivers. Out of the gun, Culpepper, good protection. Has Matson. He's got room, one man to beat, and he's still on his feet. Matson all the way down to the 5-yard line. John Matson in his second year from Utah, and it's 1st and goal for the Raiders.
And I don't know how he got so wide open. There wasn't anybody within 10 yards of him. He looks around. There was, I think, a blown coverage as the back covering him went across the field with the other receiver and left Matson all by himself. He puts a great move, picks up more yards down the field. And, you know, Coach Kiffin thinks a lot of John Matson and the things he's able to do. And he actually played with Alex Smith at Utah.
That's right. 46-yard pickup on the play. And it's 1st and goal. Fargus the lone setback. Third quarter action with 6.5 left. And the Raiders on top by a point. Culpepper to the end zone. And Williams caught it, but he was out of bounds. That's the play that we saw last week when Andrew Walter found him, trying to utilize the 6'5" frame of Mike Williams.
Yeah, why not? I mean, when you look at Mike Williams, he is a target. Culpepper throws the ball, floats it out, and you see Williams almost makes the play, although the ball was a little bit high. But this guy's 6'5". You got to use those kind of plays right there for him. You set up, design plays for a guy who's 6'5". And when you look at him, you think about the days that he was at SC when the ball was thrown to him in that same manner.
You know, here's the key on that play also. Donald Strickland, who's from Colorado, he's 5'10", trying to guard a guy that is 6'5", and they're going to challenge that. But clearly we could see from the replay, at least from that angle that we just saw, that he was out of bounds.
He almost brought it in. He almost made a circus catch.
Oakland is challenging the ruling on the field of an incomplete pass.
You know, you talk about 6'5", 5'10". They call that a mismatch.
Yeah, I tell you, Williams did a nice job to come down with that. He was just out of bounds. And, but we, based on the replay we just saw, this play will stand as called. And the Raiders, in all likelihood, will be charged a timeout.
But, you know, to go back to Dante Culpepper and the trouble he's having with the snap, you can't have that in the National Football League. You cannot give the ball up, a down up by fumbling that snap, especially in a crucial situation that might come up. You've got to work at it. You know, you come before practice, you stay after practice. You keep working with that center until you got that snap down. It's so important.
All right, let's look at that last play to Williams, and we'll slow it down for you. Our Coors Light freeze frame of the game. And when we slow it down with a Coors Light freeze frame of the game, you can be the judge. He doesn't have possession there. He doesn't have possession. He has possession now, but his foot is out of bounds clearly, and this will be no touchdown.
Well, what concentration, what effort he showed on that play. You know, Mike Williams could be a force for the Raiders in this league because his frame, you can zone like that and put it up. A lot of mismatches will come.
Well, there's a couple of real keys here. First of all, Lane Kiffin knows him as well as anyone from his days at USC. That's number one. Number two, Plunk, and you know this, some guys just need a change of scenery.
Right.
He's a guy that needed a change of scenery.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. You know, you bring a guy in like Matusak back a few years ago. There are so many players that have come to the Raiders that did not fit in for whatever reason with another ball club, but whether it be personality or just lack of effort sometimes on their part.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field will stand as an incomplete pass. The receiver did not have control of the ball, was 2 feet down. Oakland will be charged with their first timeout.
You know, but they come to the Raiders, and all of a sudden, you know, they wind up becoming the player that they started out originally being. That's why they were drafted. That's why they made an impact on the team when they got there. And, you know, they just have a fresh start, new personnel, new coach, and all of a sudden, you know, they're playing well.
They got new life.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, it's second down and goal. 6:17 left here in the third quarter, and the Raiders lead 14-13. Andrew Walter started the game. Dante Culpepper taking over for Walter. Justin Fargus with Williams and Higgins to the right of the formation. Culpepper again bobbled the snap. Rolling, looking, touchdown. And once again, it's John Matson. And the Raiders have scored 3 unanswered touchdowns.
You know, you look at the plays that the Raiders are running, pass plays. Matson was wide open on the play earlier, Watson is wide open on the play in the end zone, and it's the design of the play that makes this effective. The play fake, Culpepper rolls out, look like he's trying to run it, but Matson is coming across the field and is wide open, and Culpepper makes a falling throw. I mean, he was falling down and made that throw, which means he has accurate arm strength, and it's a good pickup for the Raiders.
Janikowski to make it the Raiders on top 21-13. We'll be right back on the Raiders television network. The Raiders have scored 3 straight touchdowns after trailing 13-0, and they lead it 21-13 with 6 minutes and 12 seconds left here in the third quarter of play. Look at that, 10 plays, 70 yards, only took 3:31, and Culpepper to Matson 5 yards. Fredrickson is going to kick it off, not Janikowski. So Fredrickson with Gilmore back deep.
But I tell you, as I said before during this game, these long drives that are being put on by the Raiders are so appreciated by that defensive football team of the Raiders. Those guys on that side of the ball are loving it.
And we told you, Brandon Williams now back deep. So look at Fredrickson. Very short kick. And Williams runs up and catches it at the 16. And he gets to the 29-yard line. Well, Dante Culpepper to Matson. And the Raiders with a 21-13 lead here on the Oakland Raiders television network. He took them to 2 Super Bowl championships. Prior to that, an assistant with the Raiders when they were Super Bowl 11 champs, and further back, a quarterback for the Chiefs, winning 1 more Super Bowl championship as a player. And you can hear him with Greg Papa on KSFO 560 AM during the radio broadcast of Raiders games all season long. And guys, you know what? I know people are going to say, well, you're just saying that, you're doing the Raider games. Hey, there are a lot of people that think Tom Flory should be in the Hall of Fame, not just us.
And I'm certainly one of them. You know, 2 Super Bowls that I got to play for him in. He got another Super Bowl with Buffalo, 1 with Kansas City. He's got 4. He's done a great job as a head coach.
Dilfer. Play action. Incomplete. And it'll be a 2nd down and 10.
You know, you talk about Hall of Famers and who should be in the Hall of Fame. You and Flores, I think, should be in the Hall of Fame. Both of you guys have 2 Super Bowls. And when you look at coaches with 2 Super Bowl wins, he's the only one that's not in.
Yeah, and Tom, you know, Tom, besides those 2, is a head coach. One is an assistant. One is a backup player to Kenny Dawson at Kansas City.
Yeah, Lenny Dawson. Yep.
Lenny Dawson, sorry. But a tremendous man, just a modest individual who went out there and did his job.
Well, you won those 2 Super Bowls and you're not in, so that's not fair either.
Hawthorne with some contact on the center. Penalty markers fly with 6 minutes left. (21-13), the Raiders who were down 13-0. And they have stormed back to take the lead, and they've looked good doing it.
Encroachment, defense number 77. 5-yard penalty remains, 2nd down.
5-yard penalty marked off against the Raiders.
You know, and the loudest noise in the stadium right now are by the Raider fans cheering.
Lane Kiffin and his staff looking to go to 2-0 on the preseason. 2nd down and 5. 1st down and more. And running out of bounds is Thomas Clayton. He's a 6th-round pick from Kansas State.
And you look at this run, it was created because the left side of the 49ers line did a real good job of sealing the Raiders off and allowing the back to get outside.
So a 1st down for the 49ers, just shy of midfield. They're at the 47-yard line with the clock moving and 5:40 left after the 14-yard run. Clayton stays in at running back. Dilfer over the middle, incomplete. Broken up very nicely by B.J. Ward, penalty marker down. I'll tell you, Has B.J. Ward looked impressive in the 2 games that we've seen him, or what?
He certainly has. That real hard hit last week that he got on Bieneman, the tight end from Arizona last week.
Illegal contact.
And he also made a great special teams play down in the ball inside the 5 on a punt.
He did, and then he was in the backfield helping, I think it was Kirk Morrison in the backfield to stop a running play in the backfield from a safety position.
And he's a good-looking athlete, 6'2". I mean, you couldn't find a better built defensive back than what he is right now.
First down and 10 after the penalty. Clayton. Hawthorne got him around the ankles. Had some help to finally bring him down. Dave Tollefson, but it was Hawthorne who got there first. Hawthorne in his 3rd year from Wisconsin. He's played very well in the preseason. Gain of 2 on the play, and it's 2nd down and 8. 5 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. Benjamin in motion. The tight end comes Parker on the right side. Oh, what a nice catch. Beautiful leaping catch by Brian Gilmore. There's a flag down, but Gilmore, in his 7th year for Midwestern State, jumped high for that one. Let's await the call from Tony Correnti. Well, here's another look, but Correnti's making the call. We've lost the microphone. Penalty is against the Raiders, and it will be declined. That's just a good catch.
Yeah, excellent catch. You know, you don't want to do that to your receivers over the middle, throw it high, but nobody was able to get to him. He made a leaping catch and came down with the football. Good play.
Chris Johnson on the coverage, but again a first down for the 49ers. Ashley Lilly to the left of Dilfer. Dilfer. And Dilfer was hit right as he threw that football. And it will be a 2nd down and 10.
It was the guy we were all talking about, Quentin Moses, putting the pressure off the left side of the 49er line.
Look at him go, number 96. Watch this quick move. Boy, you can see why he had 25 sacks at Georgia, can't you guys?
And that's a lot of sacks in college, believe me.
Quentin Moses is going to be a force in this league. Just keep your eye on him.
Well, you know what? When you got a guy that fast coming around the corner, wow, that's impressive.
And that big.
Yep. Clayton. And Clayton brought down by Robert Thomas. Boy, Thomas has had an impressive stint since he entered the game. You know, you talk about Moses, though, and you know, the one thing that obviously, listen, you have high hopes for the guy. You draft him in the 3rd round. He comes in defensive end, and he gets a chance to watch and learn under one of the very best in football in Burgess. How much does that help a guy?
Oh, and he also gets tutelage from Warren Sapp. And Warren Sapp was taking interest in this kid, too. And when you got Burgess and Sapp that you can look at as mentors, you get quite a bit of information in a short period of time.
3rd down, Dilfer. And it is complete as Brian Gilmore makes the catch. And it's a 49ers first down as he has it at the 20-yard line. Clock moving with 3:15 left in the 3rd.
But you go back to Quentin Moses. He reminds me so much of Derek Burgess. His pass rush quick, up the field after the quarterback.
And Rob Ryan speaks highly of Quentin Moses. You can see Rob Ryan right there on the monitor. He likes him quite a bit. He thinks this guy is going to be a future Raider that all the Raider fans will be proud of.
First down at the 20-yard line of the Raiders. Dilfer, good protection. Complete. And it'll be 1st and goal. Once again, it's Gilmore on the reception. Going to be spotted at the 8-yard line.
You know, Trent Dilfer's, put up a pretty good offense coming into this ball game. He picks his receivers, throwing the ball accurately. Running game's just enough to keep drives going.
Football spotted at the 7-yard line with 2:15 left. And it's a 21-13 Raiders lead.
The Raiders have not been able to put enough pressure on Dilfer. He's able to have time to get the ball off.
Williams goes wide to the right. Ashley Lee left. Clayton, the second man in the aisle. Guilford. Underneath, Clayton. And he's not going to get there. Clayton was stopped short of the end zone. John Bowie, the fourth-round pick from Cincinnati, prevented him from getting in.
And Dilford was, oh man, he was laid out. I mean, look at this. Dilford got hit by 2 Raiders.
Nice tackle.
And it was just a great tackle here. I mean, this is what you call a stopping tackle. And it's the technique of a tackle. Watch. Comes in, put his body in front of the receiver so the receiver can't go anywhere. And what a tackle.
And I think it's Eugene down. We'll get a report when we come back. NFL. And it's the rookie from Cincinnati, John Bowie. Watch this, Plunk. I mean, you want to talk about stopping a guy bigger at the 3-yard line? Look at that.
And he's got his momentum going, yet he was able to stand him up and drive him back, prevent him getting in the end zone. A great play.
Our Panasonic tough hit of the game. Provided by the silver and black, Trent Dilfer. Second down, goal. Football at the 2. Play action. And Dilfer has to throw it away. What a great job that Tyler Brayton did of picking up Zach Kesey, who was the man that Dilfer wanted to get the football to, but he was bunched up at the line of scrimmage.
And great pressure by number 94, yep. Kevin Huntley. And give credit to Dilfer, knowing he's in trouble. He threw the ball away, didn't take any chances because they've got third down coming up.
Boy, the Raiders read that all the way. They knew that Clayton wasn't going to touch the ball. They were ready for that play action. Third down and goal. Look at this formation. They spread it out. Clayton, the only back behind Dilfer. Gilmore in motion. Touchdown to Lilly. Dilfer to Ashley Lilly. And it's 21-19.
And that's a tough play to stop down there. The quick slant to the receiver. Even though you have inside technique, it's just tough to take away. And Dilfer puts it right in the money. Here's Ashley Lee, a veteran, gets inside number 35, which is Bowie, and makes a an easy catch of it.
You know what makes that catch so easy is once the receiver gets his body inside of the defender, it's almost, I mean, you got no chance.
It's all over.
Pitch and catch.
Exactly.
And this to make it a one-point game as a Mackenzie Homebrecker does indeed make it a 21-20 game. 1:08 left. We're in the third quarter. 21-20 the Raiders on the Oakland Raiders television network.
With Lamont Jordan. Lamont, you wanted the ball. You got the ball in the first half.
Yeah, it felt good to get back out here. I was so anxious. On the first carry, I kind of took off before I got the ball, but it felt good to get back out here and line up and put the pads on and play against somebody else.
You told me at training camp you expect this to be your biggest season. Tell our viewers why.
I'm focused this year, and I've been here for 2 years, and for 2 years I said just give me the ball. And I know Coach Kiff, he's going to give me the ball. The offensive line did a great job so far in the first 2 preseason games. They did a good job, and the reason why I was able to run the way I was able to run was because those guys opened up some holes. But between my focus and those guys getting better, I'm really expecting to have a big one.
Thanks for joining us. All right, Grant, he had a big first half. He's ready to play big throughout the preseason and the regular season. Back to you.
Yes, indeed. Lamont Jordan, very confident player, knows what he can do, and appears to be very much on track based on what we saw earlier in this football game. All right. And now Dante Culpepper gives way to Josh McCown, who started the game last week. And Josh McCown will take over with the Raiders on top 21-20 with 1:02 left. So McCown, who's got 22 NFL starts, 25 touchdowns, 5,400 yards, the 6th-year man from Sam Houston State. And he takes over 1st and 10 with the football at the 26-yard line. Justin Fargas, the running back. Play action. And underneath it goes, and Oren O'Neal tackled right at the line of scrimmage.
You have to be impressed with the type of plays that Coach Kiffin is calling and how he's setting these guys up, putting them in positions to make plays, and that's all. As a player, that's all you want. You want to be in the position to make a play. And Coach Kiffin is calling plays to put his offense in definitely that position.
He's trying to get the ball in the hands who can make those plays.
Exactly.
Gabriel, Williams, Whitted, the three receivers for the Raiders. Final seconds here of the third quarter. Vargas able to spin loose, and he's across the 33 to the 34-yard line, and that should do it for the third quarter. We've got 15 minutes of football left here from San Francisco, and the Raiders will take a 1-point lead into the fourth as they lead it 21-20 here on the Oakland Raiders Television Network.
That is the end.
Welcome back to Monster Park. Raiders up 21-20. Raiders over the 49ers. Wide receiver Jerry Porter joins me. How are you?
Great. How are you?
Doing really good. Impressed by the offense tonight. Looking good.
Man, I mean, we started off a little slow and let them get up on us, but, you know, we got our thing together and started making plays, and here we are in the lead.
Looks like a really good training camp. Got a new O coordinator, new O-line coach. How's that working out?
It's working out great. I mean, we got 5 guys on the O-line working in unison. We got 3 quarterbacks that are playing well. It's hard. It's going to be a tough decision to see who's going to be the starter. And we got a bunch of young receivers that are hungry and ready to play.
Talk to me about Coach Kiffin, because I know he's just getting you guys energized, and he's young, and he's got this youthful enthusiasm, and I know you guys are enjoying that now.
It's fun. I mean, it makes practice, it's an upbeat practice. It doesn't feel like work. We're out there having fun. We're talking trash to him. He's talking trash back to us. He's just like one of the guys.
And we can feel it. We can see it, too, and we can see it here tonight as well.
Definitely. I mean, we've got a slow start, but on offense, we got things going. Defense, we did them a favor, kept them off the field for a second, let them catch their breath. And as soon as we did that, they started to play better, and the whole team started to play better.
Let me ask you real quick about Daunte Culpepper and that kind of veteran leadership that he brings in. What's it been like getting to know him?
It's great. I mean, you gotta feel like privileged to have an MVP caliber quarterback to come into training camp, and for us to get him the way we got him he's got something to prove. So, I mean, once he gets a chance to get rolling, it's gonna be scary.
The nation is excited about Daunte Culpepper and the O-line and Jerry Porter, wide receiver. Can we tell them real quick what we have in common here tonight? Our braces.
I won't do that for Invisalign.
We got Invisalign braces.
Yeah, cheap plug. We need to get that. Yeah, you guys need to pay us back for that.
Exactly right. Thank you, Jerry Porter.
Thank you.
All right, back upstairs to Grant.
All right, Rennell, thank you very much. As the Raiders with the ball in San Francisco territory at the 45. We're in the fourth quarter. It's a 21-20 lead. Josh McCown at quarterback. McCown out there with the receivers of Gabriel, Whitted, and Williams. Vargas, the lone setback. McCown changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Quick pass, Williams, and Williams able to move forward close to the first down. Nice run after catch, and he picks up 9 on the play, and it's going to be 3rd and a yard.
And that's the advantage of a big wide receiver out there, a guy who's got speed but also was able to break tackles, pick up extra yards by making that guy fall off you. And that's what Porter can do. That's what Mike Williams can do.
And the Raiders are getting a good look at Mike Williams.
Well, and I'll tell you what else they're doing. They're making life easy because they're converting on 3rd downs. They have now converted on 8 straight 3rd downs.
Impressive.
Yes, it is. And you can add one more to that list as Justin Vargas has the Raiders' first down.
And that runs the defense crazy. You know, you're on the field all night, and the offense is just pushing you around, picking up first down after first down after first down. Eventually, it takes its toll, and the defense becomes worn out.
You know, and one of the things that makes this 3rd down successful is they're in good 3rd and short, 3rd and medium. Not their 3rd and 10, 3rd and 15. That's very difficult to convert.
So first down has been pretty big for the Raiders.
Yes,
Higgins, Whitted, the wideouts. Good protection. McDowell looking long for Higgins, and he overthrows him. He had a step. He had a step with the ball just overthrown, and he'll come all the way back, and it will be 2nd down and 10.
But he put a lot of energy behind that throw. When you look at the throw, I mean, Josh just let it go. I mean, that's That's a real throw there, Jimmy.
No, he had a lot on the ball. I thought he should have thrown it a little bit sooner than he did, but you know, he got it there.
So Josh McCown operating on a 2nd and 10. Fargus straight ahead. Inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. You mentioned a moment ago that you thought he should have thrown the ball a little sooner.
Right.
What would have that accomplished?
Well, to make that catch in the corner of the end zone, to bring your feet in, it would have been a little bit more difficult. Give him a chance to, you know, run under the ball a little bit more. He's going to run away with it. Some people don't throw the ball until the receivers pass the defender. But once he gets even, he's usually got him. So let it go.
Coming from Jim Parker.
Good enough to win 2 Super Bowls. That response was good enough for me.
Without a doubt.
Look out. McCown gets it away, incomplete. He had been wrapped up by the defense of Roderick Green, but he was still able to throw it away and avoid the sack.
What an athletic move he made to get rid of that football. I mean, he looked like he was going to get nailed. Then all of a sudden he turns sideways right here and gets the ball off still.
Well,
that's athletic. Oh, no question.
Yeah, he's a good runner. He gets out of trouble quite a bit.
All right, so we're looking at a 4th down. It's the first 4th down attempt of the football game. Ball out the 29-yard line. And incomplete, intended for Williams. And the 49ers will take over on downs. And we should point out this is another situation in preseason where Lane Kiffin is looking at plays as opposed to the situation. That's why they went forward on 4th down.
Trini guy. Back on the Raiders television network with Robert Gallery. Robert, another sharp performance by your first unit, that offensive line.
Yeah, you know, we struggled early the first couple of series, and then we got rolling there with a couple big drives. So it's just the way our offense is. We got to run it and keep running it, and then we get some big breaks.
Talk about the transition moving around now inside left guard. How do you like it? How comfortable are you?
Real comfortable. You know, they put guys, the best 5 guys in the field, and had to move some guys around to make this unit the best it can be. So, you know, we got a lot of work to do, but we're going to keep going at it.
Talk about the luxury of having 3 quarterbacks that are capable of starting on this team.
That's great. You know, all 3 of those guys do a great job. Obviously, they're working them around to see who they're going to go with, but no matter who's in there, you know, we know they're going to do their job, and we're excited to play with all of them.
You've been doing this a while now. This is a new offensive line coach, a new scheme. Is it perfect for the way you play?
Yeah, you know, it's great. Coach Cable's great. The system we have, it's good for all of us. Obviously, you can see that we're a lot better than we've ever been, and we got a long way to go, but it's good for us.
Thanks a lot. We appreciate it. Granny said it. They're a lot better than they've ever been. They look sharp tonight.
Well,
back to you.
Yeah, JT. I mean, it's pretty obvious from where we sit, based on, you know, last week and the first 3 quarters tonight. Much improved as McCown rolls out and throws it incomplete. But there's no doubt about it. We should point out that Adam Chidobe-Echimandu is in at running back right now. He looked so good last week in the win against the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, he rushed for 75 yards last week. Did extremely well, breaking tackles, cutting back. Did a very good job last week. His first opportunity tonight.
Boy, what a battle at the running back position. We saw Lamont Jordan tonight. Dominic Rhodes would miss the first 4 games, but he started every game for the world champion Colts last year. We saw Justin Fargas. But it's good to have depth at that position, and the Raiders certainly have depth. They've got quality players at the running back position. And that is certainly going to be something that pleases Lane Kiffin when he looks at the video to have that type of depth in the backfield. Now with 9:40, clock moving, the Raiders will kick it away. And Shane Leckler, who has not been too active tonight because the Raiders offense has been so effective, but Lane Kiffin runs him out there here in the 4th quarter.
You know, you talk about the number of backs that the Raiders have. They're all quality backs. They can come in and start. Any one of those guys can be a starter. And that's what you want. You want depth, and you want to have competition in camp that creates that depth.
And look at this kick. Brandon Williams circles back at the 25. He's hemmed in, able to make a move, and he gets out of bounds at the 29-yard line.
That wasn't... Oh, sorry.
So the 49ers down by a point. Have the football on the Oakland.
Welcome back to Monster Park. You're watching the Raiders television network, and I'm on the sidelines from your offensive line, Barry Sims. Hey, Barry.
Hey, how's it going?
We're doing good, and it's been some impressive work by the offense tonight. Very impressive.
It's been pretty good. You know, there's a lot of things we can clean up, but you know, that's why we do the preseason, so we can work on some things. And you know, we had a few good drives with the first unit, which was nice, and you know, finished off for touchdowns, which is always a positive.
Everybody's still talking about the new O-line coach and your new offensive coordinator. How's that transition been going?
It's been great. You know, I love them. They get us really prepared, and you know, we work real hard, and you know, it's just good to be working.
And what about the head coach, Lane Kiffin? What is he bringing to the table for you guys?
You know, he brings a lot of energy, and you know, he can really relate with the younger guys on the team, which is you know, perfect. When you have someone that's real old or in there, they really can't relate. So you know, it's good to have him in there, and he's learning just as well. It's good for him to get these preseason games. So you know, we have a nice rhythm going into the regular season.
Now, what's it like to be here at Monster Park again? You've been through a few of these preseason and regular season games with the crosstown rivals.
Feels good. It feels like it's October, but other than that, you know, it's all right. You know, it's hard to get in and out of here. You know, eventually, hopefully, we'll get to play some games over at our place.
Yeah. Thank you, Barry Sims. They're wrapping me up here. Thank you very much. Have a good season.
Thank you.
And back to you, Grant.
All right, Sean Hill is the quarterback. Thank you, Rennell. He is a sixth-year player from Maryland. Last year, he was the third quarterback on the roster, and that pass incomplete. So Sean Hill and the 49ers offense will be looking at a 3rd down and 10.
You know, the Raiders defense have kept the 49ers at 3rd down and long yardage, and that's what you want. I mean, you don't want guys, you don't want the offense to be in 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. Those are easy yards to pick up. You want to keep them 3rd and 10, 3rd and 12, 3rd and 15.
Sean Hill was the quarterback when Lamont Jordan was at Maryland. And again, it's a 3rd down. Here they come, and they've got Hill wrapped up. Tyler Brayton got there first, and they take him all the way back to the 15-yard line.
You know, a guy like Tyler Brayton, you know, he's had a tough time finding a home. They tried him outside end, had trouble with the run, tried him at linebacker, but here he is on the inside now, playing tackle, beats the guard, gets to the quarterback, gets the sack. Very well done by Tyler Brayton.
You shouldn't have much problems inside beating, as quick as he is and big as he is now, beating those guards. I mean, he's coming like those guards.
Bad kick off the side of the foot from Ken Parrish. But it is a bounce that's a fortuitous one for the 49ers, and it's going to go all the way down to the 37-yard line. 8:24 left. Raiders on top, 21-20 on the Oakland Raiders television network. Fourth quarter, and the Raiders back home Friday for the Rams, and then the Lions come in week 1 of the NFL season. We hope to see you out there at the Coliseum. A lot of good teams coming in this year, the Bears, the Colts, and of course the AFC West division rivals. You know, if you can't get there for every game, hey, the Raiders, they've thought of everything this year. They've got the half-ticket plans. They've got the 3-game packs. If you maybe live out of the area, if you're watching on our expanded network and you want to come see the Raiders at home and get in all the excitement, you can only come to 3 games. Well, they've got that for you as well. Just pick up the phone and call 1-800-RAIDERS right now, because the Raiders staff working, waiting, and they will answer all your questions, and they will help you out with all of your needs. So just call 1-800-RAIDERS right now, and we'll see you out at the Coliseum this season to watch Lane Kiffin's silver and black. And boy, it's so impressive to see the improvement already in the offensive line. Very evident last week and again here tonight against the 49ers. Quarterbacks have been well protected. McCown and Chidobe. Look at him. Look at Echimandu, rather, as Adam Chidobe Echimandu, who looked so good last week, runs it into Justin Sanford. They're going to be just short of the 50-yard line.
Once again, a good kick out right there by the tight end. Lets him run it up inside, picks up the 1st down. And a couple of things tonight, though. Not only did they come back from behind, which you'd like to see. Now, another thing is to keep the ball away from them so they can't score and they can nail down this victory.
Yeah, they did the same thing last week. Came from behind in the 4th quarter to beat Arizona. And again, Echimandu, who's in his 4th year from Cal. And it's going to bring up a, well, let's see, he's going to be at about the 48-yard line. And it's going to make it, well, they have to get down to the 41-yard line for the 1st down, 2nd and 8. Josh McCown in relief of Dante Culpepper, who came in for Josh McCown, or excuse me, who came in for Andrew Walters. So Walters started, then it was Culpepper, and now the starter from last week, Josh McCown. Lane Kiffin rotating the quarterback position around underneath. And to the 40-yard line, a big hit provided right there as it was Tony Stewart making the grab.
You know, you talked about the depth at running back. There's also depth at the offensive line because this is the second unit, and some guys even, you know, playing on the third unit, and they're still doing the same thing that the first unit did, and that is opening up holes for the running backs. And that speaks volumes for the offensive line coach, Cable.
Orrin O'Neill, the fullback, lining up in front of Etchie Mondu. 6 minutes left here in the fourth. Underneath. And O'Neill has it, hit immediately. Nice thing here, though, guys. A lot of the clock moving. We've seen some long drives tonight. Eat up some of that time, move the football down the field, and they're doing just that.
You know, I like the way Josh McCown on the previous play, a little bootleg. The defensive end came up the field. He had to stop, but he had quick enough feet to stop and get the ball to the receiver. And right there, he gets rid of the ball very quickly. The decision-making these guys are making, you know, are head and shoulders above last year. The coaching is entirely different, and they're making quick, good decisions.
McCown, quick drop, throws, complete. Alvis Woodard, then a clock moves. Ball is at the 27-yard line.
You know, you look at the footwork of the quarterbacks, Jimmy, coming out three-step drop and getting rid of the ball very quickly, like you said. And they're all on the same rhythm, kind of, when you look at them technique-wise.
Plus, those quick passes, all you do is cut the linemen, and which they hate to begin with, and get rid of the ball quickly.
First down. McCown. And that was dropped by Woodard. Would have been a first down, and now that does stop the clock with 4:51, and it will be a second down and 10.
Now, my guess on second down will be some kind of running play just to get the clock started moving again. But the ball should have been caught, very well thrown by Josh McCown.
You know, we've seen a couple of drop balls tonight by the Raider receivers. The quarterbacks have been putting it right there on the money.
Etchie Mondu. And the flag comes flying. That will stop the clock as the football was down at the 25-yard line, but it is going to be a hold against the Raiders.
Holding, offense, number 61. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
Chris Morris on the hold.
You know, it's evident that the blocking scheme that the offensive line has is effective because you see holes, I mean, just open up all the way down the line. And the backs, they just pick a hole to run into.
That puts the football at the 38-yard line.
You know, I think in these two games, we've only seen one screen from the Raiders in the two games. It was an ideal time for them.
Count in trouble. And he will be tackled at the 39-yard line. Clock moving. Now they stop it momentarily, but then they'll start it up with 4:26 left. 21-20 Raiders.
Okay, something else we haven't seen, draw plays. We haven't seen any real draw plays from the Raiders yet preseason. So I guess those are things that they probably have in their repertoire that they'll probably do during the season.
You know, another good decision by Josh McCown. Don't throw it up for grabs. He's in a little bit of trouble. Try to get out of it by running. Didn't get too far. But yet, you know, they still have another play. Didn't turn it over. Protect that football.
4 receivers set. Third down. 3rd and 22. McCown, flag down. Time, throws, complete. And down at the 22-yard line, the ball complete to Chris McFoy, the rookie free agent out of USC. But there is a penalty marker down back at the 40-yard line.
Illegal formation, offense, number 75 was not lined up on the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty, repeat, or down.
You know, some of those big tackles like to get off the line of scrimmage a little bit so they can have a good angle on that defensive end coming up the field, and he probably cheated a little bit, got too far back, and thus the illegal formation. But they're high on number 75. They like him. They like what he's doing. They feel that he is going to be a very good player.
Yeah, Mario Henderson.
Yeah, right.
Well, it's now 3rd and 27. They've got to get the football to the 18.
So what do you do, Grant?
Quick kick. No, 3:43. Hey, go for it. It's preseason. Protect your quarterback and let him find a guy. Screen. Echimandu. And he's all the way to the 22-yard line. 4 yards shy of the first down, but that's what you do.
You just call screen.
Hey,
they heard you.
And what a great effort by Echimandu, running that football, cutting back, breaking tackles, leaping over people. Tremendous effort on Echimandu's part. There it is. Josh McCown barely got that screen off. A good cutback there. Turned it up the field and almost just barely got tackled there.
Now Fredrickson will attempt a field goal. This will be a 40-yarder. This is what the Raiders did last week. They got that late field goal to make it a margin of a touchdown in terms of what the opponent had to do. And this is no good. So they will get the ball at the spot. And with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left, the 49ers will take over at the spot of the kick, which was the 30-yard line.
And now all they have to do is get in field goal range. It took by missing that field goal, they don't have to score a touchdown now, just a field goal to win the football game.
There's Lane Kiffin talking on the sideline there. He's saying, hey, what was that?
Yeah, I'd like to hear that conversation, believe me. Even Warren Sapp.
All right, so let's see what Sean Hill does here on a first down. 2:50 left. Near sideline. And it is complete. Making the catch for the 49ers. Nice grab there at the sideline was Marcus Maxwell, second-year player from Oregon.
That is a dangerous pass route. You're talking about a long out that gives the defensive back a chance to break on the ball if the ball is hung up at all.
But George, they are playing a little softer, right now, trying to protect that lead.
Football is at the 41-yard line. Hill, four-man rush, dropped. That pass dropped by Delania Walker. And now looking at a second down and 10 with 2:38 left.
Those are catches, when you're trying to make a team, you got to come up with, show the coach what you have. Just could not bring it in. He got to his body, but kind of bounced up in the air. Wasn't able to grab it, then he got hit.
Second down and 10 for San Francisco, down a point. Niners look at a four-man rush from the Raiders. And this time he does hold on, Delania Walker. And he's got a first down and he stops the clock with 2:31 left. And the 49ers down by a point, trying to move in the field goal range here.
And they have plenty of time. They got all 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning.
Yep. Time not a factor at the moment. Ball is at the 44 of the Raiders. Clayton is the running back. They split the formation. Let's see if they give it to Clayton here. Nope. Hill, yeah, they give it to Clayton, but went right through his hands. Clayton not able to grab it and was almost picked off. And it'll be second and 10. That stops the clock with 2:27 remaining.
Clayton surrounded by 3 or 4 Raiders. He just didn't keep his well, that was a little bit behind him,
yeah,
actually.
It was.
I'm impressed with the Raiders' defensive attack. When I say that, I'm talking about the pass rush, how these guys are so quick getting upfield, and the tackling of the secondary where 3 or 4 guys are around the receiver at all times.
Second down. Hill. Hill will run. He's got room. And he steps out of bounds at the 22-yard line of the Raiders. 2 minutes and 18 seconds left. A 22-yard scamper for the quarterback, Sean Hill.
Yeah, and so not with well within field goal range, the 22-yard line. And they're with the win.
On defense, you got to be disciplined in your pass rushing lanes. Whenever you get out of your pass rushing lane, it creates holes. And that's what happened. That's why Hill was able to get outside and gain that big yardage.
Ball at the 22 again with 2 minutes and 18 seconds left. Here in the fourth quarter. Clayton. And Clayton is inside the 15 down to the 14, close to another first down. And that will get us to the 2-minute warning with the Raiders clinging to a 21-20 lead here on the Oakland Raiders Television Network.
George, let them score right away so you get the ball back and have a chance to come back.
Exactly.
Just like Mike Holmgren did in the Super Bowl against Denver.
Right. The only way you can win is with possession of the football.
Or
So you got to have possession. You know, let them go in, score, get the kickoff, and then you go down and try to score.
You know, maybe in the regular season, preseason, I want to see how my defense does inside the red zone. You know, even though we're not talking first defense, that,
right.
You know, it'll be interesting to see what they would do as Clayton is tackled with now 1 minute and 46 seconds left, and the Raiders take a timeout. Now, the one thing here that you have to keep in mind with the Raiders on top 21-20, that is the second timeout by the Raiders.
With the game clock operator.
So they only have one timeout left.
1 minute 50 seconds. 1:50. Thank you.
Lane Kiffin deciding in his mind the strategy. Just great to see him out on the sideline. He had a tough week. We certainly have reported, and everybody knows he was in the hospital after the game last week for a couple of days. Rejoined the team at practice in Napa on Wednesday. Certainly not feeling 100%, but
right.
Was able to finish the week. Got a smile there with Josh McCown and coaching his team on a sideline right now on top 21-20. Again, the Raiders have one timeout left. Sean Hill, the quarterback. This is Clayton, and he's tackled at the 6. Last timeout. Clock never even ran there. It's still at 1:46. They forgot to start the clock.
Timeout. Oakland. This is their third and final timeout. This is the 32nd timeout.
Well, they can get the ball run down to about a minute before they have to kick.
Right. Ball is at the 6. I don't know what the clock should be. Less than 1:46.
I think they reset the clock, didn't they?
Did they reset it?
I think so.
I thought it was 1:48 when they started. But
all right.
I'm not sure.
So that play only took 2 seconds?
Apparently. You remember? It was 1:50.
Yeah, it was 1:50. All right.
Remember, you're not at home, right?
No, you're right. That's a very good point, Plunk. Raiders out of timeouts. Clayton to the outside. Stops short. What a great play by Marquise Cole, the rookie free agent out of Northwestern. Tremendous tackle out there near the pylon to stop the runner just shy of the goal line.
Another thing Cole showed was tremendous speed to get out there and stop him, prevent him from scoring. Great job.
Look at that. He almost got the football. He did get the football.
Yeah, if he hadn't been out of bounds.
Wow, what a play. Third down and goal. 1:10 left, clock moving. Clayton, the running back. Clayton. And the 49ers take the lead. No signal yet, but clearly it looked like he went over the plane, and he does indeed get the touchdown. 47 seconds left, and the Raiders, who were down 13-0 and then took a 21-13 lead, now trail it 26-21 with 47 seconds left.
Now this Clayton just barely gets over the goal line. Good effort on the Raiders' part to try and stop him, but they weren't quite able to. It looks like they're going to go for 2 now.
Yeah, obviously with a 5-point lead, an extra point does them no good. So they will go for 2 here with 47 seconds left. Now, are you going to tell me that that's the right time on the clock?
San Francisco,
You know what? The clock never stopped running.
Yep.
He went in, it was 56.
Right.
It was 56 seconds on the clock. And it came down to where it is now, 47.
Yep.
So they never stopped it when he
That's
broke
right.
the playing rule.
Told you, we're not at home.
Hey, you know what? I didn't listen to you the first time good enough, did I? Well, the 49ers take a timeout here as they try to set up the two-point conversion. Again, our score is 26-21. And the Raiders will get their hands on the football, but they will have to go the distance. Sean Hill has brought the team for the go-ahead score. And they'll go for 2. Clayton stays in at running back. To the corner. Incomplete. Pass intended for C.J. Brewer. And it stays a 5-point game. So we'll have another kickoff. And we'll see if the Raiders, with no timeouts, can move down the field in a hurry.
Yeah, and a lot of it, where they're able to score, is the field position they get after the kickoff. Shorten that field, give them a better opportunity to put the ball in the end zone.
We'll be back at the Coliseum on Friday. The St. Louis Rams come into town, and then the preseason concludes on the 30th of this month up in Seattle. And again, that next telecast coming your way at 7 o'clock on the Oakland Raiders television network. The Rams, a lot of people expecting big things from the Rams this year. Mark Bolger with the new contract, and Steven Jackson, the running back. And, of course, they got the talent at wide receiver, as they will be battling one of the teams. Obviously, the 49ers, the Cardinals, and the Seahawks in that NFC West.
The Raiders to face a real good running back.
That's right.
St. Louis,
Stephen Davis.
Stephen Davis is definitely one of the top running back in the NFL. The Raiders get a good look at him next year.
Steven Jackson.
Stephen Jackson, sorry.
Jackson. He's a big back, too.
Oh, huge.
What is he, about 6'1", 235, 240. Good speed.
Let's see what Johnny Lee Higgins can do here. He needs a big run back. Higgins at the 5. And he's tackled at the 20. Good special teams play there from the 49ers. Jason Hill got down there for the stop. So the Raiders have to go 80 yards in 42 seconds with no timeouts.
You know, but this is another opportunity for Lane Kiffin to call his plays in a 2-minute situation.
Offside, kicking team number 48. Oakland has chosen the option of re-kicking with a 5-yard penalty.
Boy, that's a big call right there.
Yeah, yes, it is.
Now you have to re-kick, and you give the opportunity for another run back.
You set the clock back 5 seconds? 47. It was 47 when they kicked it off. So you lose those seconds?
Apparently. But, you know, on the other hand, you know, those guys just ran down there in the kickoff coverage. They might be a little winded, a little tired. So their second time, they might not get down there quite as quick.
Not only that, but your chances of going 80 yards in 42 seconds are not very good. Let's be honest. Your best chance of winning this football game is getting a real good run back. You got to get the ball back.
Yeah, midfield.
The 50-yard line.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely. That would be a big plus if they can do it.
Now, if you had some timeouts left, different story. But without any timeouts, you got to run this ball back near the 50-yard line.
I'll run it all the way back.
Well, that would help. Johnny Lee Higgins will get another opportunity. This at the 14. It's actually Rich Carson this time. And Carson gets out to the 30. So they gain about 5 yards, maybe 10 yards on that. They gain 10 yards, but there's only 35 seconds left. So instead of going 80 yards, they have to go 70 yards, but they only have 35 ticks of the clock.
Or you hope for that long pass interference call down the field somewhere.
Whitted out there with McFoy and Higgins as the receivers. Echimandu behind McCown. And here's the long pass. Whitted has it. And Alice Whitted, look at that, down at the 32, clock moving. McCown wants to go up and spike the ball, but now you got a chance to go to the end zone after you spike the ball with the football at the 32 32-yard line. Down to 15 seconds, taking a long time, and there is the 12 seconds now on the clock as he spiked the ball. So you got really 2 chances here, Plunk, to get the ball into the end zone.
Right, you do. If you were inside the 10-yard line, I'd say you have 3 chances. If you throw 3 real quick passes, because you can get them off 3 to 4 seconds. But here's a good catch by Elvis Whitted on the sideline. Unfortunately, couldn't get out of bounds, which would have been a big plus. Save him a lot more time, but they hustled, tried to stop the clock as soon as they could. 12 seconds to go.
39-yard pass play. Get it's at the 32-yard line. 12 seconds left. Time for 2 plays. If it's either incomplete, out of bounds, or a touchdown, it didn't really matter. But you cannot get tackled inbounds. McCown. Looking long. Incomplete, dropped by Elvis Whitted. It was right in his hands.
Right in his hands. I thought they would have gotten an interference call on that, too. It looked like the defender was draped all over with it.
Watch this.
He was falling down, lost his balance, couldn't get up. But otherwise, it was a touchdown. What a great, tremendous effort.
The defensive back had him by the foot.
Yeah, it looked like it, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
They let him play there. Wow. That gets us down to 5 seconds, and here's the final play, barring a penalty.
Go back to the same play.
You got to put it in the end zone. There's no doubt about it. Can't drop it off. Can't be short of the end zone.
Final play. McCown buying some time. And that's your ball game. So, the 49ers hold on. They come from behind, and they win this one by the score of 26-21. We'll be back here at Monster Park in San Francisco right after this on the Oakland Raiders television network. Well, guys, the Raiders lose it 26-21, but Plunk, a lot of positives, and I think it starts with the offensive line.
I certainly think so as well. They opened up a lot of holes, got up to a slow start, but then those holes started to open up for Lamont Jordan and Justin Fargas. A lot of big plays from the offensive line, both in the running and the passing game. And once again, they came back from behind, and that's always a good sign when you can do that.
George?
Well, the defense played well again, and they got pressure on the quarterback. They stopped the run pretty well this week. They shored up the run game. And if they keep improving, hey, they'll be better than they were last year.
All right, so we say goodnight from San Francisco for Jim Plunkett, George Atkinson, Rennell, JT the Brick, Grant Napier saying so long from San Francisco, where tonight the Niners come from behind to win it 26-21. We'll see you Friday. The Raiders host the Rams at 7 o'clock, and you can watch it right here on the Oakland Raiders television network. So long, everybody.